Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Matt here, and we back with another episode of Matter of Fact MMA. So today we're gonna be getting into a little bit of news, a little bit of MMA news. Things swirling around in the MMA sphere. You know what I'm saying? In this MMA global world. I don't even know what I'm saying. We're gonna be getting off into some news, bro. Some news that just broke in the UFC. First off, let's start out with the most important news going on right now in the UFC and mixed martial arts. Then we're gonna move over to what is probably going to be the most popular news. Grab all the headlines. You know what I'm saying? So let's get off into it. First of all, the biggest news. Jamahal Hill, the light heavyweight champion of the world, has vacated his championship. He has vacated his title. He gave up the belt. He gave up the strap due to injury. I believe it was late last night, possibly early this morning. I believe it was late last night. Jamahal Hill released a statement saying that he has ruptured his Achilles tendon and he is going to vacate the light heavyweight championship of the world, much like the previous champion, Yuri Prohaska. He is actually going to give the title up, basically to allow the division to move on while he recovers. He said it's going to be a long recovery. He's going to have to take, of course, a lot of time off, but he will be back. This is very interesting. Right after Yuri Prohaska actually took to either Twitter or Instagram, one of them, and he shared his thoughts. He wished Jamahal Hill well, said he could definitely, he understands the road that's ahead of him because he himself is injured and still fighting his way back, still rehabbing and everything. Definitely he should be ready soon as well. This is very interesting for that division in a lot of ways. So let's go ahead. We're going to break that down just a little bit here. We're just going to touch on it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Well, we just going to touch on it. Let's get off into it. So you have an upcoming light heavyweight bout between Poatan, Alex Pereira, the former middleweight champion of the world, is going to step in there with Jan Blachowicz, Yanni Blacko. They are going to face off at 205 pounds, of course. So, let's get into this. Yuri Prohaska, in his get well message to Jamahal Hill, actually said maybe he'll fight the winner of that fight for the vacant light heavyweight championship. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Because what we're trying to do is get Alex Pereira back into the championship. Because y'all know what that means. So check this out. First of all, okay, no disrespect to Yanni Blacko, Jan Blachowicz. No disrespect to him. But let's just think about a world where Alex Pereira goes out there and defeats Jan Blachowicz. Bro. Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska is that right there. That is a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight. That's two guys who are have their own style of striking, especially Yuri. Yuri has such an unorthodox style of striking, constant stance switches, long jabs, followed by strange, powerful shots that come from strange angles. Meanwhile, Alex Pereira, he comes in there with that left hook of doom. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Alex Pereira's left hook, bro, is like when Thanos snaps his fingers and people turn to ash. That's exactly when Alex Pereira hits you with that hook, bro, your body is... and you turn to ash, bro. Shout out, as I know all y'all think I hate him, but shout out to Israel Adesanya, the style bender, for taking that left hook and not turning to ash. I don't know why he didn't turn to ash. That man is made from something different because he didn't turn to ash. So shout out to him, even though all y'all think I hate him. Bro, shout out to Izzy for being able to take that Alex Pereira left hook and not turn to ash and eventually come back and beat the man. So, bro, we want to see Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka. I can't think of a wilder fight, a crazier fight, a fight in which it could go 5 rounds. Both men could be half dead by the end of it. It could end in the first round by either man's hand. Like either man could end it at any time. Bro, then you got to understand Yuri had good grappling and good reversals against Glover Teixeira, and Alex Pereira is coached by Glover Teixeira. So, you got a little bit of intertwining right there, a little bit of things intertwined when we talking about that, if you will, a la Dusty Rhodes. You know what I'm saying, bro? We talking about Yuri Prochazka going in there to face Alex Pereira. Alex coached by Glover Teixeira. It gives Alex and Glover a chance to get revenge against Yuri Prochazka. I mean, bro, it's amazing. It's a great deal. Bro, I'm almost speechless. I can barely talk because I'm verklempt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, this is gonna be off the chain. So let's think about that. But let's also think about, again, no disrespect to Yanni Blanco, but at the moment I'm just breaking down if Alex Pereira wins, if he beats him. Bro, Alex Pereira, let's say he goes out there and he defeats Yuri Prochazka. Bro, in a world, just roll with Matt in his world, okay? Just roll with me in my world, you know what I'm saying? Sit down in the passenger seat. You know what I'm saying? Sit down in the passenger seat, light up, and ride with your boy for a second. Bro, what if Alex Pereira defeats Yuri Prochazka, and then the UFC sends the style bender, Israel Adesanya, up to 205 to fight Alex Pereira for the 205-pound belt? Bro, that fight would be huge. 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 Bro, we talking about, that would be off the chain, bro. So, I mean, straight up, big things on the horizon for that division. But, hold on. What about Yanni Blanco? Let's say in a world where Jan Blachowicz goes out there, defeats Jamahal Hill. I'm sorry, not Jamahal Hill, excuse me, Alex Pereira. Okay, Jan Blachowicz goes in there to face Yuri Prochazka for the light heavyweight light heavyweight strap, light heavyweight title. Bro, so when you look at that, I'd have to pick Yuri Prochazka to win, not to knock Jan Blachowicz, but I'd have to pick Yuri to win. So then you got Yuri at the top, and one stylebender, after his fight, regardless of if he wins or if he gets shockingly upset by Dricus du Plessis, afterwards, Izzy could go up and face Yuri Prochazka. You cannot tell me. You can't tell me. Even though y'all think I don't like Israel, you cannot tell me you don't want to see the style bender in there with Yuri Prochazka for the 205-pound title. Shout out to the UFC because the money, back the Brinks truck up, the money is on its way, bro. That's what we talking about. So, there you go. 205 pounds just got extremely exciting. And it was already exciting. It's been in a lull here recently because Jamahal Hill's kind of been out waiting for Yuri Prochazka to come back. But man, it's about to go into overdrive. So that's part of that's huge. Let's move on into what is probably going to be the more popular news that we're going to deal with over the next few weeks, maybe months, while they finalize it, and we'll see if it's going to come to fruition. Rowdy Ronda Rousey. It has been rumored. It was rumored. Shout out to Jed Meshew of MMAfighting.com, who brought this up on the post-fight show when Amanda Nunes retired. Okay? He brought up on the post-fight show of that pay-per-view that what if Ronda Rousey comes back to fight for one of the vacant titles? Fast forward maybe a week or two, you know, a lot of people like Dave Meltzer, people that cover pro wrestling, WWE, where Ronda currently resides, started talking about Ronda basically went to WWE and said she wants out. She goes to WWE, she lets the brass know she wants out. She wants out soon. So they've already started doing their thing to write her out of their storylines, basically to release her. Because she was kind of at a point in her contract where she could extend it, she didn't have to extend it. She told him she's not going to extend it. Okay, so then we got a couple of rumblings in the MMA world that they might be bringing Ronda back. Okay, so now let's dive with me a little bit further. Go ahead, light up, sit in the passenger seat of the car, ride with your boy Matt with that Matter of Fact MMA ride. Take that ride with me. So, bro, you got a little rumblings that Ronda might want to come back to the UFC. Okay, so now, also, even more important, if she wants to come back, she don't even have to cut to 135. You know, it's not like she's out here all diesel in WWE, so she's not huge, but she don't even have to cut down to 135, which I believe towards the end of her career was somewhat of a hard cut. She'd only have to cut down to 145. You know, here's the thing. This weekend, we got Holly Holm stepping in there with Mayra Bueno Silva. Okay, this changes everything for Holly Holmes because, of course, that fight is at 135 pounds. If Holly Holmes goes out there and wins, okay, she can kind of call her shot. Maybe she wants to fight for the vacant 135 belt against Miesha Tate, who is kind of waiting in the wings. Or she could probably call her shot against 145. I would think Holly probably wants to fight at 135. Okay, let's also keep in mind you got, you know, Rocky Pennington out there, but more importantly, name value, you got Miesha Tate just waiting in the wings. Okay, let's go a little bit further. Let's just say Ronda does make her return. Bro, if Ronda makes a return, also let's say this is good for Holly Holmes. Let's say Holly Holmes loses to Silva. Okay, if Holly Holmes loses to Silva, that don't matter because the UFC can still bring Ronda Rousey back, who's rumored that she only wants to fight at 145 for that championship. They can bring Ronda back and make a huge championship fight against Holly Holmes because it don't matter if she loses at 135 to Silva. They'll bring her back, put her in there with Ronda. They got the rematch, 145 pounds. Which 145 pounds has no real division. You know what I'm saying? Norma Dumont going out there probably to do work this weekend. But, it doesn't really have a division. You know what I'm saying? So Ronda could come in, fight Holly Holmes at 145 pounds. Either one of them wins. It doesn't really matter. They can hang on to that belt right off to the sunset and retire if they want to. Holly, if she won that belt, would probably come back and defend it once, maybe twice, couple of times. If Ronda wins that belt, bro, Ronda might ride off into the sunset again, retired as a 145-pound champion, as well as being a two-division champion, as strange as that is, because 145 doesn't have a real division. But she could come in, if she could somehow win that belt, because, now in their older age, Holly Holmes is more of a grappler now, which is Ronda's strength. Holly Holmes is a little bit more, she's not trying to strike. Now, she'd probably go out there and strike the pants off of Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, there's a world where Ronda could go out there and beat her. And let's say Ronda doesn't want to retire yet. It's 145 pounds, bro. It'll take them 3 or 4 more months, if not a year. Probably, I'd say 3 or 4 months. It'll take them like a year, probably, to build up another contender because there's nobody in that division. That gives Ronda time to chill with Travis and, with her husband. Chill, take a little time off, maybe Ronda, gets on the juice a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? She got that money. You know what I'm saying? She had good UFC money and she got WWE money, bro. She got money. She might go get on, a couple of them supplements. You dig what I'm saying? You know, she might wait out a year, come back, fight whoever they build up as a contender. She can fight again because it's 145. There's no division, so you can take time in between it. Ride with your boy. Ride with your boy, man. I know what I'm talking about. But what about this, though? Let's say Holly Holmes wins at 135s against Bueno Silva. Let's say she wins that fight. And she decides, maybe they don't offer that fight. Or maybe they don't work that fight out. Because Ronda wants to fight at 145. Maybe Holly wants to stay at 135. Whether she wins or loses against Silva. Bro, you can't tell me because she ain't got nothing going on at the moment, bro. She's out here doing interviews, podcasts, everything else. She's doing everything but fighting. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you can't tell me that Miesha Tate wouldn't jump at a chance to step in there at 145 pounds for the championship against Ronda Rousey, the woman that she never beat, one of the biggest rivalries in women's MMA. I mean, when you think about it, you got Amanda Nunes and the Venezuelan Vixen. You got the two of them. You got a little bit of Amanda Nunes and Ronda, but there wasn't a lot going on at that time because Ronda wasn't doing media. So they didn't get to chirp against each other. They didn't get to talk to each other. So you got Amanda Nunes, you got the Venezuelan Vixen, Juliana Pena. What other rivalries do you really got? You got Amanda Nunes and Shevchenko. Oh, Chevy Truck, Valentina. You got the two of them. That's a pretty decent rivalry. But I mean, bro, then you got you got Ronda and you got Cyborg and then you got Cyborg and Amanda Nunes. But the GOAT of women's MMA rivalries is Miesha Tate, Cupcake Tate, and Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Bro, you go to Miesha Tate, who ain't doing nothing but eating cupcakes. No disrespect. She's in tremendous shape at all times. So I don't mean that like that. But you know what I'm saying? She's chilling, bro. Raising her children, doing her thing out here, making that money. You know what I'm saying? Doing all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Big Money Dana, Daddy Warbucks Dana, backs up that truck at Miesha Tate's house. Big Dana White calls Miesha Tate on the phone. Miesha Tate sitting inside of her house, chilling, doing her Miesha Tate thing. She starts hearing that little beep, 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 beep. That truck backing up in her driveway. She's like, honey, what is that truck backing up in the driveway? Her husband, her dude, he looks out the window. He's like, honey, it looks like it's a Brinks truck in our driveway. Then she gets that phone call from Daddy Warbucks, Big Money Dana. Mish, Dana, I need you. 145. Ronda, holla at me. Click. Dana White hangs up the phone. Miesha does a cartwheel, does a backflip, and heads right to the gym, bro. Heads right to the gym and starts training. Bro, I'm trying to tell you right now, 3 fights I just laid out. 4 fights. 4 major fights I just laid out for y'all. The UFC can print money off of them. Actually, 5 fights. Let's get into them. Matter of fact, MMA, you heard it here first. You heard it here first on Matter of Fact MMA. To all those haters that was hating on me on my other video, you heard it here first. 5 fights. Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska for the 205-pound strap. Israel Adesanya versus Yuri Prohaska for the 205-pound strap. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira for the 205-pound strap. Holly Holmes versus Rowdy Ronda Rousey for the 145-pound strap. Miesha Cupcake Tate versus Rowdy Ronda Rousey for 145 pounds for the championship. Bro, that's 5 fights. You heard it here. Mr. Matter of Fact MMA, Matt brought that to you. 5 fights. The UFC could print money, just print money. And, we chilling on a Saturday night watching these fights play out, bro. Someone hit up Dana. If you know Dana White, if you know Hunter Campbell, if you know anybody, any of the matchmakers, call up Joe Silva. Wasn't that his name? Call him up. Call up the old matchmakers. Call somebody. Let them know your boy Matt done solved their issues. I got the 5 fights that they need to be leaning toward making. Holla at me. There it is. What more y'all want from me? But again, I want to thank everyone for joining me for another episode of Matter of Fact MMA. I appreciate all the comments, all the, everybody dropping the line, showing love to the channel. I appreciate everyone showing love, constantly bigging me up and everything. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for joining me for another episode, and I check you next time. Peace.